Hi, my friends. It's the day after Thanksgiving, and I woke up this morning at 7 o'clock to a text that my daughter had sent me. And the text said, "Even a strong woman gets tired and lonely." And I thought about that because that's the way my day went yesterday. You know, I consider myself very strong and that I can handle anything. And most times I can. And I try so hard in these videos to be uplifting for everybody. But yesterday was a strange kind of day for me. I thought I'd be able to handle the lockdown and the loneliness fine. But when I started in the morning at 7:30 to prepare a wonderful dinner for my hubby and I found that as the day went on, I wasn't handling it very well. On the surface, I was fine. Moose was watching football and having fun, and every once in a while we'd sort of holler back and forth, and I was preparing the turkey and preparing a video for you people to show you some of the things that I had talked about. I had made more of my cranberry sauce, and I wanted to show you what that looked like in a nice big jar. I was preparing the turkey breast to dress up his breast. If you remember, I told you all about how to put herbs under the top of the skin and put the thyme and sage and rosemary from my garden under the skin so that it would be translucent as it cooked. And I did that. I was doing pretty well. And then Moose reminded me to put the mulled wine on the back of the stove. So I got that out. I got the spices going. And then I started the normal preparation. Now, it's been a long... Oh, hello, sweetie. How did you get here? You're making me feel good. I love you, yes. Well, anyway, I started... You want a real kiss, don't you? A proper kiss, yes, I do. I realized that as I was preparing the rest of the dinner... Now, this makes me feel good. It puts a smile on my face today. Yes, where's your brothers and your sisters? Where are they? And the kitty cat? Where's the kitty cat? Isn't this a beautiful dog? This is Coda. And Colleen and Micah and the children have 3 wonderful dogs, a golden retriever and this beautiful 1-year-old, I guess he's a Siberian Husky. Beautiful markings. And the cat, though, does rule around here. Well, to get back to my story, I haven't cooked a full Thanksgiving dinner in years and years. We've had these wonderful Thanksgivings with all our 6 children, 20 grandchildren, 10 grandchildren. We even have a new baby great-grandchild on the way. And we all agreed that Moosey and I, for our own sake, and we went along with it, would be safe in view of the fact that the COVID numbers were up like crazy. And so I said, okay, I'll be fine with that. And during the day, everybody checked in, they called to say hi, and I was in the kitchen going on with my day, dressed the turkey, took the stuffing out, and I prepared this video of all the things I was doing. I was cooking potatoes and string beans and got the dates out, got the mulled wine going. And I realized I only had 3 pans because of my tiny kitchen. We sort of downgraded when we moved into this house, and I was switching pots around, and as the day went on, my inner feelings just disintegrated. I was missing everybody, and I really wanted this to be an uplifting video, and I'm still going to put the video on for you because I went through a lot of the things that I had mentioned in the last video, and I wanted to show you some of those things. Plus, my dear Matthew and his wife Cindy said they would contribute to the video, and they did their Thanksgiving in these new electric pots. They have an air fryer, Emeril air fryer that they cook the turkey in. They have an Instapot that Cindy did this wonderful, and you're gonna have to look at this recipe, a sweet potato meal where you mix something in it, you mush it all up, and then you bake it in the air fryer. They used all these pots. And I meant to have this video be sort of a transition between what a traditional Thanksgiving cooking day would be like and cooking in all these different pots, which you're able to do quite well for a nice Thanksgiving meal. They are in a transition in their kitchen, as Micah and Colleen are, and so they didn't have use of a stove or an oven. So I am going to put this on, and I started off with saying goodbye to fall and welcoming Christmas. I showed me getting some of my Christmas sweaters out. I showed you a new potted bulb that Matthew bought me last week when he did our shopping, and it's an amaryllis. And I don't know if you've ever had amaryllises, but every year I have the beautiful amaryllis, and it grows and it blooms right around Christmas time, and I get these big, lovely red flowers. So as the day went on, I just kept going, put the turkey in, and 4.5 hours later, I was bursting, and beautiful herbs came out translucent on the top. So do watch all this, ladies. I've talked about all this. You've got to see how my turkey came out after I browned it with the beautiful herbs showing through the skin on the breast. And Matthew's videos with Cindy were real cute, and Cindy did a great job of explaining what she was doing with her sweet potatoes. And by the time we ate, which was 4 or 4:30, and I had a couple of mishaps when I was showing you how the wine comes out of, I had a boxed wine, which I asked Matthew to get because we wanted it to last through the holidays. You don't need an expensive wine to do the glue vine, the mulled wine. And I was trying to work with one hand, meanwhile trying to video this whole meal for you and get it out by Thanksgiving, by the end of the day, which I'm so sorry it didn't happen because I had my little mini breakdown. No, I didn't really have a breakdown, but it just got to the point where the spigot in one hand with the camera, I spilled wine on the floor, and then I couldn't lift my turkey out of the oven. And Moosey can't help me at this point. Finally I did, and that was something because you know the juice is built up in the bottom. And the turkey sort of fell apart in the bottom, and the legs and the wings had fallen off, and I have never carved a turkey before in my life. We have these big family dinners, and one of the men always will wind up doing that. Well, anyway, to go on and on, by the set a pretty table for Moosey, I came outside to get some flowers and brought them in. By that time, I was winding down, and I realized that I was exhausted. I had been up since 7:30 on my feet in the kitchen doing it all alone, and it just got to me. And by the time we sat down, I set a pretty little table, put all the gravy, and then the mashed potatoes didn't turn out right because Matthew always does the potatoes. I made them too mushy and one thing after another, but it was delicious, believe it or not. Moosey and I sat at the table with our flowers and a pumpkin, and we gave thanks. And I am so thankful, please don't get me wrong, for everything we have. I know we are so blessed with this family and living near everyone and having people take care of us and do things for us, all these children. I could hardly eat my dinner. I guess it was exhaustion. So Moosey and I popped into bed pretty early, and we sat in the bed, and poor guy, he was trying so hard to boost me up and gave me a Tylenol, and I think we fell asleep for an hour or two, but I had a pumpkin pie, and I said, I want you to have pumpkin pie. It's traditional. And at that point, Bill called from Idaho, and we talked with them, and they were having a dinner with some friends in Idaho, and all the little grandchildren had been calling all day long, and that did cheer me up from time to time. But at any rate, I'm going to show you this video about our Thanksgiving. I had almost 7 hours sleep last night, which I never do. I am fully refreshed, and I am ready to begin all the things that I said I was going to begin. Get my Christmas sweaters in the house from my yellow tubs and start a new project. I think I showed you that with I'm dressing up a Ken and Barbie doll. Barbie is wearing a wedding dress, which I will be making. One of Dub and Barry's sons is getting married 2 weeks before Christmas, and Dub is having a very small little reception at her house. And of course, she does everything beautifully. And I'm going to dress up Barbie and Ken. We're going to use them as the Christmas tree topper for their wedding. I did this several years ago when Molly and Kevin got married. And so they want me to do this again, which I will be doing. I've been shopping on Amazon a little bit for some of the children because that's all I'm really going to be able to do. So I think I've talked enough. I want you to know I feel for all of you. I feel your loneliness. I feel your sadness. And I thought maybe I could handle this, and guess what? I didn't. And I'm sorry. I wanted to get a video out yesterday, but I think it's normal in this time of lockdown. And what we have to keep in mind is that in hopefully a few months, this vaccine will be spreading all over the world. I hope everyone takes it, and hopefully we'll be rid of this and we'll be able to see each other again and hug and kiss and tell everybody how much we love them in person, and life will return to a somewhat normal place again. So here we go. Come on, Christmas. Stay tuned to the video, and I think you'll enjoy it. It was meant for you. Should have gone out yesterday, but it just didn't happen. Enjoy. As we celebrate Thanksgiving today and the fall season is coming to a close, we won't be gathering with the family today, but Moose and I will be celebrating with our own little turkey and cranberry sauce and stuffing and all the trimmings today. We say goodbye to all the fall flowers and all the outdoor decor. It's been a wonderful 2 months. We've enjoyed our garden. We've planted beautiful bulbs, and as a matter of fact, in a little second or two, you'll see some of our bulbs popping up again. As a matter of fact, right there in that pedestal there, can you see some of our irises starting to come up? I'll be taking all the pumpkins and all the artificial flowers that helped to give the real flowers, like those mums, a nice little boost. I'll be putting them away and pulling out all the Christmas decorations. I think especially this year, we should probably want to decorate our outside as much as possible for everyone to enjoy. It's time for transitioning from all the floral fall decor, which I'll be packing away in my infamous yellow tubs, saying goodbye to the scarecrow that's been guarding the garden. And here I have a kind of a dichotomy, the Christmas tree right next to the scarecrow that's going away. Today I'm pulling out some Christmas sweaters and getting them inside. Can't live without those pretty sweaters. I have the bundles of stuffing, defrosting. Colleen's is the one without sausage. And I put the turkey back in the oven. It's all defrosted, not the oven, the refrigerator. It is defrosted, and I'll take it out in the morning and we'll stuff the turkey. I have the dates all ready to put on the table for some munching, but they're awfully sweet, and I dug into one myself. Now, if you remember, I told you how to dress up the breast of the turkey by putting herbs under the skin of the breast. The next few clips, you're going to see how I put my hand under the skin. I decided to do the other bag of the fresh cranberries because one wasn't enough, and we want it for all the sandwiches and meals during the week. Came out beautiful. Here's the consistency. I did add zest of 1 orange for each batch, And I did pour a little bit of juice from the oranges in just to make it nice and moist. And it looks yummy, and it has some real good pucker power. So that's my fresh strawberries. Take your hand very carefully. I've already started this a little bit. You start from the back, and you put your hand under the skin of the breast, and you go back very carefully, breaking any little membranes that you might find on the way. And go back as far as you can go. This might be a little unattractive for some of you to watch. It's a little squishy, but it is, in the end, a pretty breast where you'll see after 2 hours of cooking, you'll see the translucent effect. I should have Moose do this because it's being a little bit of a problem here. Push it back, and as the skin bakes, it should turn translucent. Now, I've had this really pretty other years. Over here, I've already put a piece of thyme in, and now I'm going to put some rosemary in. Can you see the green herbs? From this side, you should see them. A couple of rosemaries, thyme, and over here, the sage. You can see the green coming through, and it will give a nice scent of herbs to the turkey as well. The turkey is ready to have the foil put over. I've decided not to cook it in the bag this year, mainly because it gets a little mushy on the bottom of the bag. I've put chunks of onions around the bottom. I've put all the rest of the herbs just around, as you can see, and in between the onions and the herbs, it should be beautiful. A very pretty turkey this year, isn't it? It's about 17 and a half, 18 pounds, and we're going to make soup afterward and probably cook for about 4 hours, maybe 4.5. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I defrosted my packs of stuffing and loosened them up a bit, put a little more breadcrumbs in, and now I'm just going to put them right in here on the edge. I think I have enough in the turkey for us today. I have 2 more packs that I probably will do during the week, defrost them. So we're ready to go 4.5 hours from now. There he is with the herbs shining through his breast. Kind of interesting, isn't it? There's the herbs shining through. He's not quite brown, a little more.
Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. I love you all, and I hope you love me.
Moose has a little green paint on his face.
That's for Christmas.
That's for Christmas. He's fresh into another painting, which we will show you next week.
No, Christmas time.
Oh, Christmas time. Okay. A lot of these are gifts. Hi. I'm cooking. You're watching
television.
Football.
It's Thanksgiving is television day.
Football.
And turkey day.
And cooking day for me.
And mulled wine.
Mulled wine. I forgot that one. Let me go start it. Now, to really give the holidays and the home a wonderful smell, starting with Thanksgiving and going all through Advent and right up to New Year's, I have bought the old traditional spice tea bags, which are for a quick drink that you would just put it in some wine and heat it up in the micro. But what I'm going to do is to make some spices. I bought the bags. On all of this I bought on Amazon. I think the bags, there's 10 or 15 in a bag. They're not expensive. And you put I believe, 2 tablespoons of spices. And here's my spices. I bought a pound of the spices, and they're everything from cloves, orange peels, cinnamon, and allspice. And I did buy some extra cinnamon sticks that I will throw into the cup. Now what you do, and we had this in Germany, and we had it over in Europe, in Scotland, in England. What you do is you pour red wine. Doesn't matter, because it doesn't have to be great wine, and that's why I told Matthew to get us a box of wine. You keep it on the back of the stove in a pan, big or little, and you just keep it going. You can use it from day to day. And Moose reminded me that I had to get it started for today. So I'm going to show you how I do it. Oops. I put a couple of cups of this in a pan on the back of the stove. I think I could use a professional photographer to help me with this stuff. Doing things one-handed is a bit of a chore. I filled up one of the little cheesecloth sachet bags. They're particularly made for the mulled wine. And it's probably, I would say, 2 tablespoons. Not quite all the way. You close it up on the top, and I'll have to put my phone down to do this, and then you just drop it in the wine. And when you serve it in these lovely cups that I've saved from our Christmas at the Christmas markets in Germany one year, years ago. See the cute, in Munich, all these cute little cups. I think Colleen took some home and Matthew took some home. That was the year that we went with Matthew, Mikey, and Colleen. We were bringing her home from her semester in England. What fun, wonderful memories. I wonder if the Christmas markets are closed this year, probably. So now I'm going to drop the sachet bag in. It's all closed up. If any escapes, you just use a strainer to get it out of the wine before you take it out with a... I probably have to use either a smaller cup or put more wine in. I mean a smaller pan, because it's not doused. I don't have a lot of pans in my tiny kitchen. So I think I'll switch to the string bean pot, and you'll see them. The bag has to be totally immersed, and you just simmer it for as long as you want. Make sure the wine doesn't boil away, and then you just ladle it into your cups whenever you feel like a cup. That's better. I put it in a smaller pot, and that will just soak in there in the cheesecloth, and the aroma has already started to be wonderful. So you can order all these things online, the mulling spices. Just type in mulling spices, red wine mulling spices, or you can do this with cider vinegar, apple cider vinegar. Cheers.
And as always, fresh from Nanny and Moosey's garden is some of the herbs and some of the things we'll be using for the turkey. And there you go, our fresh dates stuffed with walnuts and rolled in sugar. Cindy's doing her sweet potato casserole here, and the recipe calls for 2 cups of sweet potatoes, but we've doubled it to 4 cups. So Cindy's using the Instapot for this recipe, and it's okay. So Cindy's starting to put it together in the Instapot here. She adds some water, takes the basket and pops it in the Instapot. It's the steamer basket. Gets that lid on, cranks it down. Voila! Mmm. So that was about 8 minutes in the steamer. What else do you steam in there?
We do veggies, potatoes, tri-tip, chicken, make barbecue chicken. A lot of things, almost anything. You can make a cake.
Yeah.
So we just took the sweet potato casserole out of the oven, and now we're getting ready to add our toppings, which is 1 cup of crushed cornflakes, a half a cup of chopped walnuts, and a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, and a 1/4 cup of melted butter. So we're just going to mix this in. We mixed the toppings, and now we're going to just add it to the top. Okay, we've smoothed the toppings out, and now we're putting it back into the toaster oven, and we're going to bake it on 375 for 5 minutes just to toast the toppings and make them crunchy.
And our daughter, young daughter likes, how are they, Mama?
Yummy.
She likes her scallop potatoes, which Mom just took out of.
So we're ready to put the turkey in. Place it inside. And we've already turned the dial to roast. And we're setting it for 2 hours and 5 minutes at 360 degrees.
So it's been 8 minutes in the steamer. And what'd you hit there on the top? The
Quick release. So all the steam's coming out. And once it's done, we'll take the top off.
Okay.
After Thanksgiving is all over, this is a little project I have to dig into. This Barbie doll and Ken doll I made about 4 years ago for our granddaughter Molly when she was engaged to be married, and it was at Christmas time and Dub was having her engagement party. I made the dress and I painted Kevin's hair red because he's a ginger boy, and the whole process was mainly to use as a tree topper at Christmas. So here you'll see Kevin and Molly in their wedding dress. Well, now Dub has come up with another set of Ken and Barbie dolls that she wants me to do for another son that's getting married 2 weeks before Christmas. So I will be doing a new project. Oops, it's my cat's tail. This is an amaryllis plant that I buy every year. Matthew got me one yesterday. It's very, very exciting. I want you to look at it. This is the way it comes right in the box, just like this. And if you can see, it's just starting to come up. Now, this should be blooming by Christmas. And this is what, sorry about the tail. And this is what it looks like. Beautiful, big. I usually get 6 or 7 or sometimes more. Comes in this box. They're about $7.99. You can get them at your local market in the florist shop or Home Depot, Lowe's in the garden center. You should get one. It's a wonderful thing to watch all during the holidays from about Thanksgiving on. And it just blooms. First it starts to come, then all of a sudden you'll see the stalks with the buds, and it's absolutely beautiful. You keep it in a warm place between 60 and 75. I always keep it inside. And you can get them in white or pink or red. Every single year I have one. Sometimes they come up again the following year. They go dormant in the winter, but wonderful, wonderful. And I will show you. We'll just every couple of days I'll show you how it's coming along. I'm very excited. So thank you all for watching our video. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving, and I guess it's okay if we get sad and lonely and tired. It's okay, just like I did. I want to thank Matthew and Cindy for their contribution to this, and also today being the day after Thanksgiving, I'm ready. I just did a load of wash. I've started my Christmas things again, and I dug out some sweaters. I want to show you one. This sweater, which I love, and the children all love it, I bought for Moosey when he was in the nursing home. It would be 2 years ago this Christmas. And he wore it when all the children, everybody, we went to visit him on Christmas. It was a funny Christmas that year, being alone. Hello, I have another doggy here, my black lab. And I'm doing that now. He'll be wearing this during the holidays, plus he has another one too. And the one that I love, of course, I've showed you my Christmas sweaters. I think today, maybe tomorrow, I'll put this one on. Now, would you believe I probably had this one for, I'm thinking 30 years. I just love it. So get out your Christmas sweaters. We're good. We can handle all this. We are strong women. Remember, you are strong, I am strong, and we will get through all of this. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're uplifted now and ready for the holidays. Moosey and I love you all so much, and thank you all for subscribing and coming along on this journey with us. Being 83, when I say it, I can't believe it, but it's a good time, and we have a lot to be thankful for. God bless us all. See you in the next video.